All right, Moto.Maddox here, back in the garage. So I knew I would be making some content on the new Ducati XDiavel, but I didn't think it would be on some normal items like blinkers. So if you kind of look closely, you'll notice that the blinkers that are normally hanging off of the front forks are not there. The original owner must have deleted the blinkers, so when I went to get the safety inspection after purchasing it, it failed the safety inspection because it didn't have the front blinkers. I didn't even notice it. I was assuming maybe it was integrated into the headlight. But yeah, so what I did was ordered a box of parts. So my first box of parts for the bike, but they are just OEM blinker components. It was kind of interesting because it wasn't just a single, piece. Like every individual part of the blinker, from the bulbs to the little extension to the clamp, was a totally different part, which is kind of cool. So if you have like some kind of damage, you don't necessarily have to purchase the whole thing separately. I mean, a whole thing collectively. You can buy each individual piece separately. But if you don't have it at all, it's kind of a pain. And the other thing is, these things, even though it's just kind of normal stuff, it took 3 weeks. So kind of cutting it close. So shout out to MG Motorsports. That's where I got the bike from. They're really cool. Told me, hey, just bring it back. We'll help kind of get it back together. But I decided to give it a shot myself, film a little bit of content, show what may be involved with adding your OEM blinkers back, which may be the case. I know a lot of folks, they do the upgrades. So this might be useful to some folks. So what I'm gonna do is I did find a couple little wires that were cut. Let's see if those are actually the wires for the actual blinkers themselves. So I'm gonna dig through the toolbox, try to find like a multimeter or something, open the wires up, and then see if I have a signal. If that is the case, then we're gonna be kind of in good shape, and I'll open up these parts, try to get this thing installed. All right, on the bike itself, I know I've been referencing this for a bit, but you can see like this wire here is cut. See if I can zoom in on that, if that is showing. This wire here is cut, and it just terminates right at where the blinkers would be. So it leads me to believe that there might have been like an aftermarket front blinker kit installed on it, and maybe before they traded the bike in or sold the bike, they removed it, or they just rode around with no front blinkers and just deleted it from the beginning. But so I'm gonna open this wire up, cut this little zip tie, give me a little bit more play, open this wire up. Hopefully there's two wires coming out of this are hot in the ground, and if so, I'm going to test it, make sure I'm getting good voltage, and then I'll install the wires. Alright, so we tested the voltage, so now I just need to make sure I have all the parts. So I have, let's see, some screws. These look like the little spacer pieces. Let's see what's in the box. Big box. Look like my clamps left and right side, so This should be the right. Set that to the side. Let's see, this is the actual indicator. Now, goodness, the other thing is they cut the freaking wire. You know, one thing I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna see if I can't trace that wire back. Because what might be going on is, you know, if I can trace that wire back from where it's going into the headlamp, I might just be able to do a little plug and play. So I was trying to maybe avoid tracing that wire back, but that might be the best bet because it doesn't really make sense to cut this brand new loom if this is the lead that was cut here. So yeah, I just kind of in real time decided to pop the headlamp off and see if I can't trace that wire back, and hopefully it's just cut off like here and still going back to the original harness, because if I can do that, then I can just kind of plug it in using the OEM harness. So let's try to do that. All right, so we have you know, the original blinker wire, I believe, here. What I'm trying to do is trace it to the harness connector. So I'm gonna pop out the headlight. It's just like a couple bolts just to move the front headlight, see if I don't see where this terminates. And if I can find that, then I'll just plug in the new OEM wires and try to hook this thing up. But I'm gonna remove the headlight, see if that helps out. So this is what we tested, the blinker wire, and it looks like it just kind of curves here, and it looks like I have a connector there. I can't really get to it, so I'm gonna take off this little piece and see if that gives me enough kind of space to get to that wire connector. Hopefully I can just get to it right here and don't have to fool with the forks or anything. So let's try to do that. All right, so it looks like in this little headlight, one of these should be my connector. Just got to make sure I pull the right one out. So let's do that. Try to make sure I find the right one. So, all right, so my connector's here. I just popped it off. Actually went that way. So what I'll do is plug the new one for the left side here. I gotta make sure that I'm installing that correctly, but that actually wasn't that bad. I just needed to kind of trace it the way it was kind of threaded up into the little top of the triple clamp. So don't have to splice into any wires. I did that kind of testing. I'll save this just in case I want to do like an aftermarket connector, and I've already kind of put some tape on the one that's hot, so if I ever want to wire it up, I can just use this and don't have to splice into the factory line. So we should be good to go. Let me try to put together these OEM pieces. Make sure I have it situated nicely, route it through, connect them, and then test these blinkers. That was that click. All right, so I think we are good to go. Let me see. Let's try to. Lights on. There we go. Blinkers are on. Back in business, so I'm getting this thing buttoned up. Then take it back to get that inspection redone.